Hello everyone, I am Jogén Hummingbird. I am with the Footsteps to Peace. I am an intuitive channel, astrologer, Reiki master, and a spiritual life coach. If anything I say in today's reading resonates with you and you would like to book your own personal reading with me, you can head over to my website, jogendivinity.com. That is JOGENDIVINITY.com, and you can click on the offerings tab to take a look at everything that I have available. So I want to jump on here and do the other half of the reading that I did yesterday, or whenever this is uploaded, the last video that I did, the Goddess Collective Divine Feminine Energy reading. So I wanted to do the other half and do the Divine Masculine / God Collective. So I wanted to get some messages here. We just had some cards fly out in the beginning here. So let's take a look at what we got going on. So we have balance, which is temperance. Wow. And then we also have the Knight of Earth. And then which other one fell out? The Ace of Earth. Okay, so some of you could be figuring out how to balance love and money right now. Like love and money, your work and your mundane duties. The divine masculine essence is very about structure. It is very about just being the container for the feminine essence, being a vessel, really, if you will. So this is like learning how to be the grounded being, the grounded essence, the grounded vessel in order to bring harmony between this really quick moving relationship for some of you, and then also trying to balance that out with making money and new opportunities for yourself. So some of you could also be dealing with a Sagittarius. This is temperance, and that's what Sagittarius is in the Tarot. So some of you could be dealing with Sagittarian energy, but also you could be dealing with Earth energy, obviously. So that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you have that in your big three, or maybe this person that you're dealing with, or maybe you have that somewhere in the sky right now for you that's important when it's surrounding your relationships. Maybe you have an earth sign ruled planet transiting your 7th house for some of you. Maybe some of you have Saturn moving through your 2nd house right now. I feel there's a lot of astrological relation here for my divine masculine energy. So this feels also, for some of you out there, this feels like trying to understand how to be of proper service to the masculine of yourself, of your body, of the housing that you have taken on in this life, of all the physical 3D things that you need to get done, like all your to-do list. This feels like with Knight of Earth is also it's the slowest moving of all the nights, but it's still fast moving energy because it is a night. So this usually, whenever nights come up in tandem with other cards, sometimes this can show up and mean like we have a lot on our to-do list and we're getting a lot done and we have to be really, really productive. Especially with the Knight of Earth, this is talking about mundane to-do lists. This is talking about things we have to get done, going to the grocery store, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, taking the trash out, things like that. Some of you are also trying to balance your just overall life with your work even. This also doesn't even have to be a relationship with the Knight of Earth in here. This can just be like you are trying to balance out and understand how to take the best opportunities for yourself without burning yourself out because there's so much to get done. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. We had another stack of 3 fly out. So we have Unity, which is the Hierophant. And then we also have the 4 of Swords, which is 4 of air. And then we have the Hermit. How awesome. So I love that this is Unity in this deck and it's not the Hierophant, because that's what the Hierophant really does represent. It's the opposite of the High Priestess. And if the High Priestess is representative of the divine feminine wisdom and the Hierophant is representative of the divine masculine wisdom, then really what the High Priestess represents is duality, and what the Hierophant represents is unity. So this is exactly what masculine consciousness as a whole represents. It is the structure and stability of just holding space for unity to flow through, so that way the duality, the expression of feminine essence, can move through. So it has a grounded, stable vessel to be able to do that through. It's in a vessel that understands the law of one, that is harmonized with that oneness, so then it can move into the separation from oneness into duality in this experience. So this is also Taurus energy. So maybe this is talking about earlier. We were talking about Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, and then we have a Virgo and Taurus show up right here. So maybe some of you are dealing with those of you who are dealing with the relationship side of things. Let's move away from those of you who are dealing with like the career money side of things. Not that this isn't involved in relationships, but this feels very succinctly for the people who are dealing with the relationship side of things. Maybe you are dealing between two different people, or maybe you are trying to understand which archetype, which energy would be the most beneficial for you to maybe embody towards love, maybe for you to understand. Maybe you yourself are an earth sign and you are trying to understand how to navigate unconditional love or relationships or boundaries or healthy communication right now. And Tauran energy is ruled by Venus, so it's all about safety, stability, comfort. It's very about the fine things of life, luxury. Taurus is the foodie of the earth signs, so this is very much like my needs need to be met. My needs, not other people around. Not that Taurus can't provide for people. It is the bull. So like the Apis bull is like a cow related. So like it does provide milk and it can be nurturing, but it's not the main purpose of Taurus. So then you have Virgo, which is the maiden, who is representative of the archetype of a woman who is also the virgin, and virgin meaning a woman who is devout to her own connection to divinity, not meaning a woman who has not had sex. It means that she is sovereign, really. So this archetype, sovereign energy of Virgo, is talking about, okay, well, that is not in alignment with what I'm here to do. That is not in alignment with what any of us are here to do. So why the fuck are you doing that? Like, that is ridiculous. And it's ruled by Mercury, so it's going to communicate that to you. It's going to let you know. Like, it's not going to hold back how it feels. Virgo is a mutable earth sign, though, so it is about adaptation and change and flexibility and being able to look at things from multiple different perspectives. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, so it's a little bit more on one focused perspective. So maybe you're trying to understand the difference between adaptability versus structure. Taurus, even though it is ruled by Venus, it is the masculine essence of Venus, because Libra is the feminine essence of Venus. Virgo is the feminine essence of Mercury, and Gemini is the masculine essence of Mercury. So this is kind of like dealing with like kind of polarity. It's kind of duality. It's kind of feminine essence. Like feminine consciousness runs through everything. The goddess energy, the all unconditional loving source energy that is at the basis of all things, is innately feminine. It is innately referred to in Gnosticism as Sophia, or in Celtic traditions as just the goddess, and then across all pantheons, different iterations of different goddesses. So and we also see in nature how life only comes from femininity. Life only comes from the birth portal of the womb, what the mother really, as opposed to the father. The father plants the seed for the mother to give life to. And so this is like the energy of planting the seed and being like the foundation, but also trying to navigate what does the feminine need in order for life to actually be birthed here, in order for something to be created, for something to come into fruition. Like these earth signs, like if you take a look at in like traditional Rider Waite Tarot, like the Hierophant, you see he's sitting on the chair and there's two people in front of him that are kind of like bowing down and like giving offering and listening to the wisdom that is being channeled. And so the Hierophant, it really does talk about also getting in touch with the intuition. It's the divine masculine, it's unity consciousness, but understanding that oneness comes from within, from the feminine essence of being receptive from inside, from being in tune with your inner world, your inner psyche, your inner reality, as opposed to only focusing on the outside. Virgo doesn't only focus on the outside. Of course not. Virgo is also mainly focused on the inside. So you see the Hermit is talking about going within, really taking some time to be with oneself, to be like the literal name hermiting. Like you need to hermit. So this could also be for some of you, this is like a decision between like safety and stability versus devotion to divinity. This is also for those career people out there moving on from the love timeline. This could be the difference between you choosing your comfort zone and what you know and what you're used to, and the one way of looking at things, the fixed way of looking at shit, versus the mutable, the adaptable, the changeable, the flexible way of looking at things, the multiple perspectives, the communicating with the divine, the being ruled by Mercury, you know? So in between that, with the Four of Air, this is talking about like really taking some time to meditate and contemplate. Four of Air, Four of Swords, really does talk about rest and rejuvenation, but in this context I really feel compelled to talk about it as like a meditative, contemplative, really digestible state of mind. It's to understand what needs to be done in order to make a choice. What do you need to pay attention in yourself, really? What kind of rest do you need, or what does your body need? Like we were talking about earlier, like paying attention to the mundane needs of this world. What do you need? This is air element. So previously we had the earth element. This is the mundane. This is what the body needs. And so the air is the mind. So what does the body need in order for the mind to operate properly, to make the decision? I'm knocking all the cards everywhere, but you get the point. What does the body need? What do you need to get done in order for your mind to have the clarity to make the decision between the unity and then the hermit? The hermit fell on the floor and I don't have the patience to pick it up right now. So y'all are just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry. You know what it looked like. So this is a really, really powerful message for the divine masculine so far. So I want to pull some more cards. This is really juicy. So Spirit, what other messages do we have for the divine masculine God collective right now? Show appreciation, and then there's a tiger on there. So that's fucking awesome. So this is like a really good time for you to show appreciation to your body, for you to really give gratitude to the physical vessel, the masculine essence of the housing that you are embodying right now. This 3D dense masculine structure that is housing the essence, the spirit, the feminine part of your experience. So give some appreciation, show some gratitude, show some love, like go into the shower and just like place your hand on different parts of your body and be like, oh my gosh, thank you for being alive. Thank you for working. Thank you for actually functioning and keeping me going. This is so powerful that I can just sit here and the feminine essence in me is moving through me enough because this masculine essence is appreciated enough to keep vibrationally holding me in this experience. Same for you. So, show some appreciation, and you already know. You already know how divine you are. You already know. You already know what your purpose is. There's people who are like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I have to do. There's so much, all this mundane distraction. It's okay. Your soul knows what it's here to do. You already know what you're doing. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This in tandem with you already know. I'm trying to keep the glare out of the way. Sorry, you guys. With the you already know and this wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups, 9 of water, this is talking about like, hey, your soul is already very aware of what it's doing. Like we were talking about, your masculine essence is so physically focused upon by your feminine essence in non-physical realm, so that way it can be the masculine housing to hold itself here, and so the feminine essence can move through you, and this is like fulfilling the miracle of your existence. There's a lot of what we can get caught up in society and focusing on our mundane stuff, like the cards we're talking about earlier, the Ace of Earth and the Knight of Earth. This is fast-moving, overwhelming pentacle energy, earth energy, mundane shit, and then Ace of Earth is also talking about new things. So this is like more shit being added to your list consistently. So it can be very overwhelming to be in this human existence. It can be very, very, very distracting, disorienting, discombobulating, horribly confusing. There's so much shit that you could label this human experience as. But guess what? It's a miracle that you're still here, because if there was something quote unquote wrong in the metaphysical realms, or if you were doing enough wrong or bad here that was causing detriment in the metaphysical realms, you would probably die, because your soul would need to focus more so on non-physicality than it would on physicality to repair what is going on there. I mean, metaphorically here, of course. In energetic things, everything happens quantumly and beyond space and time, and you don't even have to think about it to get it done. Like, it's a whole meta kind of concept, but you get what I'm saying here. Like, if you were doing something wrong, if you were on the wrong path, if you weren't doing life right, you wouldn't be here. So you already know what you're doing, and everything is already being handed to you. You just need to, have a little bit more patience, honestly. Ace of Earth is also patience. So some of us need to be a little bit more patient. I struggle with that myself, so I understand you. But this is some time to really show some appreciation for what's already going on. This was a huge download that I got last night, too. In my own metaphysical practice, I was laying down before bed and I was just going into a meditation because I felt called to. And I was discussing with Spirit how I don't feel how there's certain parts of my life that are in alignment, even though I feel energetically like they are. And Spirit was like, that's the point. Energetically, it is in alignment. So it's already in alignment. You just don't see it, taste it, smell it, touch it, hear it right away. So it's not showing up to your masculine, mundane monkey brain, but to your feminine essence and soul. You're already in the full essence of experiencing that. You're in the full energetics of it. So the purpose of the masculine is to understand that the masculine is just the housing for the feminine. So like myself, I'm a very feminine male. Like I very clearly, you've seen me in past videos, I look very, very effeminate. So I express myself because I pay attention to the way that the feminine needs to move through, so that way the masculine can function better here. If there's energy blockages, if you're damming up the feminine expression of duality within your masculine housing, like they teach you to do in society, you are going to be stuck. So this is a really good time to understand you're not stuck. You have everything you need as long as you show appreciation and remember that you already know what you need to know. You have everything that you already need to have, okay? So that is the message that I feel coming through for my Divine Masculine God Collective. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you resonated with anything said here, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and then subscribe to the Footsteps to Peace. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video for you. And then if you are interested in that personal reading, again, all my information is down below in the description box, as well as my socials. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Many blessings.